guys? Okay, all right, it's working. Sorry about the little bit of delay. I had some tech issues. I was trying to go live on my regular phone because I'd already scheduled the live, and it just kept crashing for whatever reason. So, hello, we're on my other device, but I hope you guys are doing good. Happy Friday, and happy new moon in Taurus, and happy birthday to my Taurians. And then anyone else who's not a Taurus and you're just here because it's a collective energy for you, um, or you're just curious, welcome, welcome, welcome. Morning off from work. Oh, that's nice. Getting in that Taurus energy, you're decorating. That's pretty cool. I'm just eating oatmeal, working the food parts of the matrix. Yeah, I got my coffee right here. Drinking tons of water. Okay. Wow, you guys been chatting for a bit. Hello. I'm gonna wait a few minutes for the chat to fill up. Excuse me. I'm gonna try to do timestamps, but you guys know sometimes it slips my mind. So if anybody is up to the task, I would greatly appreciate it. But I am gonna try to do it myself. But if I forget one or two, I might forget one or two. Let's see. Hope you feel more like yourself soon. Hi, Empress. Hello. Good morning from Zion. Oh, hello. Um, just a heads up, guys. So I've been in LA for a few days. So I'm actually driving back out to Sedona today. But I wanted to do this before I hit the road. But being back in California, at least specifically like Southern California, with this air quality, my asthma has been really bad. It was crazy. Like when I was driving in, I was starting to approach like Indio and like Palm Springs area, and I could see this thick smog cover, and I was like, uh-oh. I was like, that looks a little scary. And I was like, maybe it's just the area, right? Maybe that's it. And then I continued driving, and as I got deeper into LA, I'm like, shit, the smog is like not letting up. It's like really, really thick compared to what I was used to. So within an hour of driving through that, like suddenly like my asthma was going crazy. So I've been kind of battling that the whole time I've been here. Um, how was seeing your family? Hope you had a good time. I did. It was really good. It was really good to see them. It had been a bit since I had seen a few of them. Like it had been like a good couple years, few years maybe even. Um, Saw like little babies grow into little tiny children, I guess. Allergies bad in Rivers. Yeah, and yeah, when I drove through Riverside, I was like, holy crap. It looks gray here. What's going on? So yeah, it was really good to see family, but I've been so tired too. So like I've honestly been sleeping most of the time. Thank you for the 4.99 for some coffee for the road. Thank you. Thank you, thank you. Um yeah, and so cuz you guys know I've been doing a lot of driving. And then on top of it, Clyde's been keeping me up at night. So I haven't really been sleeping, been doing a lot of driving, and all the things. So I've honestly just been in bed. Like when I wasn't seeing family, I was just trying to sleep. And waking up today, I do feel more rested than when I first arrived here, but I definitely don't feel like 100%. But even looking at my eyes, I'm like, oh, okay. I'm like, I'm getting back to looking a little bit more like my normal self. Um, Canada? Canada's having fires right now? Read the other day in Calgary. Oh, shit. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Yeah, man, fires will fuck you up. Excuse my French, but they will. Uh, I can only imagine how bad it must be up there. Yeah, that sounds like it's bad. If enough of you guys are commenting on it like that, and it's like, you said it's red, like, yeah, that's pretty bad. But I hope everybody's safe. Like, I hope the fires are relatively isolated. I didn't even know it was happening, so it's something I probably gotta look up. I just Googled it. It looks horrible. There's over 100 fires here in Alberta. Holy crap. I'm so sorry, Canada. I'm so sorry. Well, hopefully it'll stay relatively contained and not spread any further. We got a severe weather warning. It was literally red all over Calgary. Oh my God. That's scary. That's pretty scary. Like, growing up in California, I lived in an area that wasn't necessarily affected by fires, but like there'd be fires happening within like, I don't know, like 100 miles or so, but not like such a direct threat. And like, yeah, like make the air pretty bad, but that sounds scary. I'm in Washington State, and so it's smoky here from the Canada fires. Man, prayers for the people that evacuated their homes. I wonder if the smoke will travel down to US and California. It's likely. Well, is it? I don't know. I mean, I guess it depends on the jet streams, if I can speak. Um, I don't know. Maybe if it gets bad enough. I wonder if Colorado's experiencing anything like that. Because I know sometimes Colorado can get hit with smoke if there's like fires north of them, you know? I hope everyone stays safe. Yeah, me too. Hope everybody's staying safe out there. I had a dream last night that I was surrounded by a bright pink ocean. Oh, and the water was really warm despite looking really weird. That sounds funny. Yeah, I had interesting dreams last night too. And you know, today is the new moon, and there's so much Neptunian influence around the new moon. And so last night, like having those dreams, and I woke up and I was like, oh, I wonder if anyone else had like really interesting, vivid dreams. I had really vivid dreams last night. Lives in the prairie, and they had a lot of close evacuation calls. Oh man. Well, I hope everybody is safe and, you know, and doing well relatively, you know, in relation to all these fires. But let's go ahead and get started. I knew something was calling me on YouTube. You felt the call? You felt the pull? Anyone else going through shadow experiences? Let's see. Okay, all right, I'm gonna get started because you guys know how I am. I'm just gonna get sucked into the chat. All right. Taurus. Happy birthday, Taurians. You know, for Taurus season, this has been a really interesting one because we've had the eclipses, we had Mercury retrograde, Jupiter's moved into Taurus, we had Jupiter square Pluto, now we have the new moon in Taurus, and there's some really interesting activity astrologically speaking with this new moon. I talked about it pretty heavily on Patreon, which you can still find the video there, or you can find it on Vimeo. I posted it last night up on there. But let's go ahead and pull some cards from the collective of Taurus. Now, if you're wondering, like, if these readings are for you, please use your discernment. You'll know if it's for you. For Tauruses, most likely I would recommend, excuse me, I'm getting ahead of my words. I would say if you're a Taurus, moon, sun, rising, north node, have a stellium, even Chiron, these readings will most likely be for you, but that doesn't mean necessarily that if you don't have those placements that you're not going to find something here for you as well, okay? Because it's for the collective of Taurus, which we're all under the influence of Taurus right now, okay? And you know, something that's interesting too, how did that happen? Okay, that was very weird. So we had some cards already kind of flip around. There's way too many to actually read these, but it was just weird. And the first card I saw was the devil. Like I saw it like that, and I was like, oh, okay. Just showing you guys. But I wanted to say something that I was feeling with you. Even before I went live, I was feeling Gemini. And I know we're close to Gemini season in Tropic. You know, we're just about to switch into Gemini season. But even when I did the live for the new moon, I kept getting this message of two minds. That was something that kept coming up, and especially in relation to balancing the heart and the mind, like meeting in the middle, needing to meet in the middle of that. Like not letting your heart necessarily do all the walking and talking, not letting your mind, especially not letting your mind do all the walking and talking, but needing to have that higher level of wisdom and discernment to be tuned into both and utilize both when you're trying to discern your own truth, make decisions, etc., etc., etc. And I just saw the Queen of Swords just flash up, and Queen of Swords relates to that too. Queen of Swords is air and water energy, and just like when I talked about this on the new moon live on Patreon, I look at the Queen of Swords, and this is just a island turtle thing, it's not a tarot thing. I look at the Queen of Swords as the minor to the major High Priestess. Like she's the minor arcana version of the High Priestess. And it's like that pathway that'll lead to the High Priestess. So that's just coming up again. But when I was channeling it, I was more in the realm of Aquarius. And today I'm feeling way more Gemini, way more of that split-minded sort of way of being. And to just be careful to not get stuck in this, like, in these two truths, these two ways of looking at things. Like, you don't have to pick one. You got to find a way to like merge the two. You got to find a way to walk with both. Okay? Any messages or insights from my Taurians? Something else that was coming through. We'll see if it pertains to this reading, but I was hearing, I don't know who sings that song, but it's like, it's a beautiful day. Hey! Right? That one. I don't know who sings it. There's this wanting to come outside, wanting to come out into the light. But I feel like it's more so recognizing that it is a new day. The sun is out. There are new things afoot. And it's time to face that. Right? It's time to face that. It's definitely not Michael Bublé. It's like, when did that song come out? It was a while ago. Like maybe U2? Okay, that feels right. That feels right. I was like, it's definitely not a Michael Bublé vibe. It's more like a rock kind of vibe. Yeah, I think, okay. You guys are probably right. It's probably U2. But there's this feeling of really facing the new and accepting that, yes, this is like a new day and this is a new time and things can be different now, and to be in the light with that. And that's very much the new moon Taurus as well. Things are really different, and it's just a matter of recognizing that and accepting that and flowing with that. But I feel this, I don't want to say it. It's like you're just not wanting to look at it. It's kind of like a Four of Swords energy. Like, I'm going to stay in the Four of Swords and not look at the Ace of Pentacles. Like, that's kind of how it feels. Like, the Ace of Pentacles is right here. The sun is right here. The portal's been here. You're here. And you're just like, you're not quite looking at it yet. And maybe you're not ready. That's totally fine for whoever this is for, because it's not going to be for everybody. Maybe you're just not ready. Maybe you're just not up to the task. But it feels more like a mental thing. They're saying the two minds. That feels way more like a mental thing, that you're not ready, because I think you're actually ready. I think you're ready. You might have this is also something that's been a theme this week, and a theme under the new moon as well, that there's this green light energy. There's this like quick, inspired realization. You may have that moment. It might take a while to have that moment for some of you, but that moment is coming if you haven't experienced it yet. I'm getting like Seven of Pentacles, because like it feels like going from like Four of Swords, being really in the mind, like telling yourself that, like, you know, kind of like maybe a little bit of negative self-talk, because it just feels like resistant and hesitant, a little small, a little contained, to suddenly like putting your head in the plans, like putting your head in the book, like looking at how to make something happen, going to work, essentially. Yeah, embracing it and just being very active in it and going to work with it. Any messages or insights for my Taurians? Ooh, Queen of Pentacles. Okay, I love this card coming out for you. That's a very strong card to get right away. Queen of Pentacles is Capricorn energy, but she is the multitasker. She's quite the busy bee, she or he, right? Queen of Pentacles takes care of the home, takes care of her own business, takes care of the kids, takes care of herself, and is really good at balancing and multitasking the craziness of life and doing it with grace. I often associate the horse with her. When it comes to that like earthy energy. While horse also kind of speaks more to independence and freedom, the Queen of Pentacles has that, but still has a lot of like duties and responsibilities that she needs to be wary of. So this is about balance. This is about balance and grace and being in the mix. In balance and grace. Yeah, you're moving more into your Queen of Pentacles energy, which is good, because like I said, I was feeling a lot of mental energy, and this is telling me you're grounding. You're grounding, you're getting realistic, you're getting practical. You're embracing what is. And it's funny, because I was getting the Ace of Pentacles too, and here she is holding the pentacle, looking at it, examining it, experiencing it. Yeah, I'm hearing that song again. It's a beautiful day. Interesting. Eight of Wands in reverse. Again, I was feeling more of like a mental block that you're working through, and I feel like this is you dealing with it. I feel like this is you looking at what's really happening and looking at it from a way where it's like being really honest with yourself, being really rational, being really practical. And with the Eight of Wands in reverse, recognizing where maybe you have had some challenges, but they're personal. I don't feel like they're anything that you can't handle. I feel like it's everything that's been in the mind. Yeah. And if any of you guys are working out any plans or logistics of anything, they might have seemed bigger than they are. And you're realizing that too. Yeah, it's like you're just getting realistic. You're just getting practical. You're getting honest with yourself. You're getting more in tune with what's really possible and realizing that a lot is very possible, more so than you initially realize. You're taking the challenge head on, essentially, and you're feeling more comfortable to do so. Eight of Swords in reverse on the bottom. See, so getting out of the mind, getting out of that mental prison. Yeah, you're getting really clear. Seven of Cups in reverse. You're getting really clear about your choices. You're getting really clear again about the reality of what is available to you and what you can do, and that these challenges, these obstacles, the work is not as big as you thought it was. Anything else for my Taurians? You guys are really getting your groove back. Some of you might have felt like you were in a rut, which Mercury retrograding in your sign will totally do that, right? We'll totally do that. And then sandwiched between two eclipses. Oh, and look who we have. We have the High Priestess in reverse. Yeah, you've been in a state of confusion, mental fog, but like I said, that's lifting. That's lifting here. What was I saying? Oh yeah, the rut. Some of you guys might have been in a rut, but that is lifting. Some of you might have taken a little bit of courage to do this, a little bit of like, okay, I got it. I can handle it. I can look at this in the mirror. I can unveil the mystery here and just get into it. Some of you, I feel like you almost had to like talk yourself into it. But once you do, you're going to start to find your groove again. You're going to start to find your flow, and you're going to start to feel really good and more like yourself again. More in control. Interesting. That's what I'm hearing. You're going to feel a little bit more in control. I mean, but you guys know my opinion about control. It is an illusion. Anything else? Oh, interesting. We got the Two of Cups. Friends. Friends actually is what I'm hearing. So Two of Cups traditionally is about like romance and love interest, but it doesn't have to be in a general reading. And also I look at the Two of Cups literally as like just people who see you, people that people you see and see you, right? Having that reciprocal recognition of the soul, of the heart, and that can be through friends, that can be through family, that can be through coworkers. It's a soulmate card. And we got a lot of soulmates and all kind of versions, right? But I was hearing friends. That was coming through very strongly. Friends, friends, friends. No matter the label of your relationship with these people or person, I feel like it's many people. I think it's just really symbolizing the equality that you have in relationships. So like I said, I feel like it pertains to more than one. It could be one in particular that is coming up for you right now, but it's about the equality of exchange, of understanding, of emotion. It feels really good. I'm really liking this. But the fact that keeping up friends and the way that I'm hearing it, it's like, we're friends, right? We can be friends, right? Like it almost sounds like there's a question mark at the end of it. Like maybe there's like conversations that need to happen. You could be meeting someone because this feels a little bit like I don't want to say this. Yeah, it's like there's a question mark at the end of, are we friends? Can we be friends? Do you want to be my friend? And there's something about it that feels new or renewed. You understand what I'm saying? It's like something about this feels like there needs to be some kind of acceptance or recognition or discussion about who someone is to you, who you are to another person. But it is about the equality of relationships is what they're saying. That's interesting. Can I get one more for the Two of Cups? So while you're getting more clear on yourself, while you're finding your groove again, while you are really realizing that the sun is out, it is a new day, it is a beautiful day, you can get back into your own stuff, or you can start new things or having a new approach to things, and you're starting to feel more grounded, you're starting to feel more confident, you're starting to feel better. Now we have relationships coming up at the same time. And yeah, it just feels like this wanting to be equal with you. That's what it feels like, wanting to be equal. Yeah. Remember what I said where it's like, can we be friends? Six of Pentacles. Six of Pentacles is when we reach out to other people. It's also an energy of gift giving and reciprocity and balance. And that's exactly what I was getting. Where someone's like, friends? Yes? Maybe? Equal? Are we equal in this? Right? It's like coming to the table with somebody or coming to the table with many people. This could be, again, work, family, it could be all kinds of relationships, but it is about that equal reciprocity and being on the same page with people and having the understanding that goes both ways. I like that. I like that a lot. That feels really, really good. So as you're getting more clear, you're having these really balanced, healthy relationships of understanding that are also emerging or becoming very obvious. And what I mean by that too is if there are people around you who are not on the same page, who don't want to come to the table with you, they're probably just going to fall away, or they're just going to become really obvious. But this feels like a very active, I want to come to the table with Taurus. It feels very, very active. It feels very intentional. And I like it. I like it. It feels really good. Even if it's a romantic relationship, the basis is friendship. The basis is equality and respect. Anything else for my Taurians? Oh. Oh, whoa, Taurus. Okay. Okay. So remember what I was saying about the confusion is lifting, the mental fog is lifting, right? That Four of Swords energy feels very... I keep getting that you've been in this Four of Swords energy where maybe you've been isolated or maybe you've needed time to recover because you've been trying to get clear on things because things haven't been clear. But this is the veil of uncertainty or lack of clarity lifting, right? But I really want to say it's coming through as mental fog. Like mental fog or too much mental energy is like dissipating. But then we had the Five of Cups. Going a little deeper on this, that the Five of Cups is what was lurking behind the High Priestess in reverse. The Five of Cups is what has actually been part of this mental fog. And also probably why you've been resisting looking at the Ace of Pentacles. Because it brings up a sense of sadness. It brings up a sense of something is different and something can no longer be anymore. Brings up this feeling of death, which, you know, the last moon cycle beyond the new moon Taurus was full moon Scorpio. It's all about death and letting go, right? And the 7 and the 5 also indicates a 2. So this could even be mending, literally mending a bridge with relationships for some of you, or if there's like one in particular. But this to me with the 5, it feels like the emotional part of moving into a new day, right? Or back into the sun again implies that there is something that has changed and that you can't really go back on it, or you can't really like reclaim it or get it back. It could be a version of you. It could be a lifestyle choice. It could be a relationship. It could be something really minor. It could be something major. It's going to be different for all of you, but that's really why you've been kind of hesitant to embrace this newness or this like sun energy. It keeps coming through as the sun, which I also really like. But see, that's what I was saying too, like the mind versus the heart, because you've been in this mental energy because emotionally something's been going on and there has been this need to balance the two, to bridge the two, and to recognize what's been happening with you. But again, you're moving past that and you're getting really clear on things. There could be this person who is helping you through this as well, because this feels like a true friend. This feels like an ally, no matter what their label is to you. They're a true friend and they're an ally first and foremost. They're here for help. They're here for support. They're here for equality. And I really like that for you. And then the overall energy is the Ace of Cups, which is really nice. And that also speaks to newness, right? It speaks to this new emotional experience that's unfolding for you, where you have more of this balance between your mind and your heart, and you have more grounding within yourself, and then you're getting back into the groove of things again, and you're being open to just new experiences and potentially different kinds of relationships or having like different relationship dynamics. That's a huge part of this new moon Taurus, and I talked a lot about that on Patreon, that we are almost getting these new relationship codes, that old ways of relating to each other relating to each other, of all kinds of relationships, but really particularly the ones that we're intimate with or that are in our inner circle, like think Cancer energy, right? People that we consider family, or people who we consider like people we live with, or our loved ones, or again our inner circle. They're changing, they're different, the rules are different now, and we're kind of finding our sea legs with that again. And this is you finding that while you're also finding this balance between your mind and your heart about moving into this newness, right? So really nice, Taurus. Really, really nice. All right, and I just realized I forgot to write down the timestamp for this first reading. I was just about to just go straight to the second one, and I was like, oh, dang. Oops. All right, hold on. I'm gonna write down for the second spread. Can't believe I did that. No, I can believe I did that. I can believe I did that. Just don't want to waste any paper. All right. So hopefully somebody got the timestamp for the first reading. Let's see. For this one, yeah, we'll do 55. Okay. Forgetting I put phone on mute and wondering why I can't hear you. Is it that kind of morning for you, Ashley? It seems like it must be that kind of morning. Ouch. Ooh, ouchie, ouchie. All right, so it's funny. Let's get into the second spread. Where are we going with next? Ooh, okay. We're going to go with the Gaia Oracle. I didn't expect that. So I'm probably going to have my, sorry, words. So I only have like 6-7 decks with me since I've been, starting the move and everything. But I'm going to start unboxing things probably the next couple weeks. So I'll get all my other decks back again, which is very exciting. Not that I don't love these decks. I chose these decks for a reason, right? Are we on collective? So this is all for the Taurus collective. But we are all subject to Taurus energy because it's also the Taurus season right now. We have a lot going on in Taurus. So take these messages as you will with your own discernment. If they resonate, they resonate. And if they don't, they don't. But this is geared towards Taurians. Okay? So, starting with Gaia Oracle for the second one. I like this deck, and I'm like, why are they bringing this one out for Taurus? There might be something very deep going on for some of you if this is coming out. Because, I mean, all these decks have a spiritual component, obviously, but the Gaia Oracle really hits to, like, the deep roots of things emotionally. But there's also a few cards in there that speak to more of, like, the bigger picture of interconnectedness as well. But it's like... It's a deep deck. Oh, sorry. Hold on a second. My asthma's been acting up so bad that I was at my cousin's house and I forgot my inhaler back in my hotel, and I had used it that morning, but like it was really like kicking up, like I couldn't stop coughing. And she had one for a kid. But it wasn't like helpful for him when he was sick. Hello. I love these morning lives. We get to wake up together. Yes, we do. Yes, I'm really enjoying them too. I think I'm gonna do them more often. Good morning. And anyway, so he had an inhaler, but like he didn't have asthma. It was because like he had been sick at some point or whatever. It doesn't matter. So they weren't using it. And she's like, are you sure? Are you sure? And I just feel like weird taking other people's drugs, but I was like dying. And I was like, yes, please, I'll take it. So now I'm like bumming my asthma medicine with people. But anyway, very grateful to have that actually. Can't have too many backup inhalers. Anyway, starting the second spread for Taurus. I'm getting crystals. Crystals are coming through suddenly pretty strongly. Oh, they're showing me one. What would that be? My instinct is to say kunzite, but it's like, okay, it's pink. They're showing me this pink crystal, but it's so translucent that I'm like hesitant to say kunzite, but maybe it's a really high quality kunzite. Excuse me. That's like for the higher heart chakra. It's also a very high frequency stone. I feel like with kunzite, when I work with it, I definitely feel that heart energy, but I also feel like crown energy when I'm working with kunzite. There's also like purpley kunzite as well. I've seen purple hues of it. But that might be a stone that might really call to you. You might feel called to work with crystals at this time. You might even feel called to learn about crystal technology. But they're bringing up crystals. They're bringing up crystals. Yeah, now they're bringing up like amethyst, super 7. So it's like the crystals that they're showing me and bringing up to me for you is like they're these like crown associated crystals, or again high frequency crystals. You're being called. All right. So this is going to be for my people who have been feeling called towards a certain purpose. I'm getting strong blueprint energy. The crystals, I believe, are also alluding to activations. Yeah. And getting a little bit more serious about this call and this pull. Like, don't be hesitant towards it. Like, there's such a serious tone that I'm feeling, and I feel like it might even be your spirit team pushing you a little bit. Okay, so first card out, we have Purification by Fire. Bare Essentials, the Naked Truth, Wholeness. And kind of like relating to the first spread, right? It's like where we had a little bit of hang up, we had a little bit of like fighting like between the head and the heart, and so like not really embracing the present, not really embracing the new. This is telling me that some of you might still have that in this group as well. You're not really embracing your blueprint. You're not really embracing this call, almost getting like judgment card even, because maybe there's some clearing that still has to be done. Maybe there's still some things that you're getting in your own way a little bit that can, once you get past that, once you clear that, you can really embrace this call. And definitely use crystals for that too. I mean, crystals are great. We have all kinds of tools at our disposal to help with any kind of clearing, right? All right, moving on. Some of you, I'm getting some anger, actually. Oh, this is all for Taurus. This is all for Taurians. So I explained it already. If we have people coming in that are asking us questions, if you guys could like jump in and just explain, I'd really appreciate it, just so I could stay on task. But anyway, coming back. Feeling a little bit of anger, okay? Feeling some anger that wants to come out. Maybe some sacred rage as well. So if that's the case for you, just let it come out. Okay. Anything else from my Taurians pertaining to this spread? They keep showing me the crystals. They keep showing me the crystals. Goddess of creation, transformation, creativity, wholeness. Again, 2 cards, both of them speaking to wholeness, that's coming back to self, embracing all of you, which is also embracing your blueprint and embracing your path. That's all it is. Like, I know that there, some people in the community, and maybe I've even done this in the past myself, but I feel like I've learned since then, where when we think blueprints, it's like we kind of think about it in like this grandiose way. All it is you just being you. That's all it is. It's just you being you, letting yourself be soul-led, heart-led, in your truth, and also really enjoying life as part of the process. Like, you're not meant to do things that are like gonna make you hate life, right? That's not part of your blueprint. It's just you being yourself. You're kind of reclaiming yourself here. There needs to be a reclamation of you happening here. And to be comfortable with that. I'm also feeling self-esteem. Maybe working through a little bit of self-worth issues, especially when it comes to, and this is a part of like the anger I'm feeling for some of you, where you were made to feel like you were less than, where you're made to feel like something about you wasn't right or wasn't correct. That's how it's coming through. That something about you wasn't correct. That something about you was like wrong or ill-fitting. It's like, it's weird that the way these words are coming out. Really moving past that and really letting that go and really reclaiming yourself, so you can really keep going along on your path of just being you and following your blueprint here. Goddess of creation does also speak to that sort of change, that sort of transformation. This card always reminds me of like being in the birth canal. Like, you're not in the womb anymore, but now you're like coming out, right? You're moving through the birth canal of all things, of goddess energy, of femininity, because this card is also very, very earthy. But yeah, that's how it's coming through for you guys. Anything else for my Taurians? They keep bringing up crystals, and I just have to keep saying it because they keep bringing it up. Some of you might start talking to your crystals. I recommend that you do that. just generally speaking, but you might start to form a special relationship, even more so beyond that with crystals in general. That might just be part of your magic for some of you. Yeah. I'm also getting a lot of artistry. I'm starting to feel a big artist group that's resonating with this too. Yeah, let your inner artist out. That could also be very therapeutic, especially if you're needing to get rid of some anger. Art can be very, very therapeutic. Maybe some of you are artists and you just haven't allowed yourself to be. Haven't allowed yourself to be. Haven't allowed yourself to express your artistry. Yeah, beautiful. We have rising above. Clarity, freedom, and solution with the energy of 11. I love that. This is a freedom energy. This is a breaking up, a breaking out, but it's also a very peaceful energy. This card also speaks of peace. Peace of being, peace of mind. Yeah, it feels like you're just breaking into more of yourself and breaking through anything that's been keeping you from really fully embracing you, especially as it relates to self-esteem, self-worth, your natural skills that you haven't let yourself embrace because you were just probably programmed not to, right? Or just told it was wrong in some way, shape, or form. Anything else for my Taurians? Let's see. Oh, Sacred Earth Mother, a message of love. A message of love. That feels so good. I feel like you're really just loving on yourself. I feel like you're letting spirit love on you. I feel like you're only allowing for that as you move through this process, as you move through this symbolic birth canal, if you will. You're only allowing love around you. You're only going to tolerate it. Interesting. Tolerance. This word tolerance is coming through. Anything that like has this energy of disconnect or people not accepting you, or even like when, okay, so for example, I'm trying to think of how to describe this. Like when things feel off, okay, put it that way. When you're interacting with somebody and something feels kind of off, like deep down, you know, like this isn't my people, right? Or they don't really get me, or they don't really understand why I do what I do, whatever it is, right? Like now, like that feeling is very intolerable, like coming through the other side of this, where you won't even be able to entertain it, is kind of how it's coming through. And anybody that comes around you and like gets you, wants to support you, wants to just get to know you, and like kind of relating back to the first spread, right? These very equal relationships coming forward, you're totally embracing that. You're totally letting that in because it feels good. It feels right. It feels in alignment. It feels full of love. It feels full of openness, receptivity. But yeah, any little twinge of like, you have to try a little hard to be dealing with somebody or to like form a relationship or a friendship with somebody, you kind of, it almost feels like you can't do it anymore. like I was, okay, so a friend of mine and I always say this all the time, like we can't do small talk. I can't do the superficial small talk. It's kind of like that. It's like you can't just like talk to a stranger about like, I don't know, random politics at the time, or say I can't even think of like what these topics are because I can't even engage with them myself. Like you can't do the small talk anymore. You can't do the superficial shit anymore. You can't engage with people on a level where it's just like mundane, superficial, kind of disconnected. Like you just can't entertain it. Like that's how it's feeling to me. Overall, ooh, remembrance, resurfacing of past feelings and emotions. That's part of what's clearing here. Yeah, wow. And underneath that, we have lost love, surrender, healing, and release. So you are needing to release. We already knew that, right? But like the past energy speaks to that, speaks to the programming around self-worth, self-esteem, values, what you can do, what you've allowed yourself to do, what you haven't allowed yourself to do, what you've forced yourself to do, right? Dealing with people that aren't really your people because you basically were programmed to do so, even though it felt uncomfortable and probably didn't feel so good, right? Yeah, so I love it. I love it, Taurus. I love it. All right, let's move on to a third spread. Oh, we're only 40 minutes in. I'm going really fast today. I don't normally move this fast. It's probably because I'm rested. Mostly. I could honestly use like 3 more days of just sleep. But you know, I'll take what I can get. All right. We'll do 20. We'll do 40-20. All right, let's see. What wants to come out now? Okay. The Energy Oracle cards want to come out. Are you back in Arizona? No, I'm driving today. I'm driving back today. Yeah, driving back today. All I've been, seriously says, all I've been doing is sleeping. If I haven't been with family, I've been asleep. Or trying to sleep, and then having Clyde not letting me sleep. All right. Any messages or insights for Taurus? Oh, I might pull the animal deck out because they're referencing the eggs. They just showed me the golden egg and the black egg. And your sleep on. Yeah. It's like trying to get as much sleep as I can. They're showing me the black egg and the gold egg, so the throat chakra and the heart chakra coming up here. So I might use that deck with this one. Any messages or insights for Taurus? Interesting. So we have envy in reverse. I like that it's in reverse here because it says you're moving out of this energy, moving away from these energies. You're moving away from like a 5 of Pentacles energy. It has a lonely feeling about it, actually. Like you're moving away from this feeling of loneliness. I'm feeling more loneliness than scarcity because this card can also speak of that. Like this card can speak of, you know, wanting things that you don't have, right? Never feeling totally satisfied with what's at your disposal. But I'm getting more loneliness than anything. Moving away from loneliness, moving away from feeling misunderstood. Moving away from feeling in it by yourself. There's this energy too that I'm getting with you, Taurus, of struggling alone. Going through hard times and doing it by yourself, maybe not asking for help. Feels like a little pride there. Feels like there's a little bit of pride and stubbornness going on there. But you're moving away from all of that. You're moving away from all of that. They just showed me the horse, which actually came up a little bit in the first reading for those guys coming in late. Oh my. So now we have anxiety in reverse. Beautiful. So again, getting away from these energies that drag us down, these very dense energies, these energies of fear, of negative self-talk, of worry, of concern, scarcity, right? You're moving away from all of that. But then we get this, rest and rejuvenation in reverse and contract in reverse. Something is over. Contract in reverse, I'm getting a strong like 10 of Swords, 10 of Wands energy. Something is done. Something is done. Something's been cut away. Are you dealing with that? Are you dealing with that? You're dealing with emotional fallout of feeling like you got to do things all by yourself. But why does it feel like you're not dealing with something here? Hey Sam. Hi Sam. Hello. Yeah, especially rest and rejuvenation reverse. This is like a 4 of Swords energy. Like this feels like something going on in the physical is over. It's weird. It's like you're dealing with the emotional part of something. You're getting over the emotional turmoil of something, the stress of something, but like the physical thing that's over, you're not dealing with. That's how it's coming through, which is really weird. Let's keep going. Can I get another card for this contract in reverse, please? Can I get another card for contract in reverse? Do you want to process the emotions first before you really physically deal with it? That could totally be the case. Because when we get contract, it's an agreement. That's what it is. It's an agreement. It's an obligation. It can be a relationship. It could be a job. It's something that you agreed to invest in, be attached to, be a part of, be committed to. That's what it is. Can I get another card for contract in reverse? I'm getting a weird smell all of a sudden. Is that bananas? I don't know, that was weird. It was a weird psychic smell all of a sudden. It was like really sweet, but kind of almost like if fruit's been out too long, like rotten bananas is kind of how it's smelling. Sorry, weird thing. Can I get a card for contract in reverse, please? Why don't you want to give me a card for contract in reverse? Could even be legal. Could even be legal stuff. Wow, you really don't want to talk about this, huh, Taurus? Okay, that's okay. Thank you. Had to call you out first. Journey. Whatever this is that is over, it's over. It's what I'm hearing. Like, it is over. It's actually setting you free with the journey card. It's opening you up to make some big moves here, whether it's a new job or traveling, moving. It's literally setting you free to move on your path, to not hold you back, to not hold you up, to not slow you down. I'm actually getting a very strong, like almost like the cheetah card, like to move really, really fast. But it's weird. I can feel it. It's almost like you needed to deal with emotional stuff first before you can physically deal with whatever this is that needs to end. Even if it like hasn't physically ended, it is over. You understand what I'm saying? Like for example, like in a relationship, when you know it's done and it's like you just have to do the deed, right? You just gotta like cut it, but like you know it's been over. Like the energy isn't there anymore. It's like totally dead. It's stagnant. It has that kind of vibe to it. Like something's been dead and you just need to make the final like interesting. All right, let's move on. Whatever is dead, I feel like has also been interlaced with this in some way. Like whatever this is that's been like you've been a part of, you've been active with, you've been obligated to, it's actually made you feel really unhappy. It's made you very stressed out. It's made you stressed out. It's also made you question yourself. Like I'm getting like doubts. Oh, excuse me. Yeah. Yeah, it's like it's made you unsure of yourself. It's made you like lack confidence. It's made you feel kind of wobbly, like on your own foundation. It's made you full of worry and concern and stress, whatever it is that you've been obligated to here, that like again, it's been over. But yeah, it seems like you just need to deal with like the emotional part of it, the stressful part of it, and now it's time to actually take the action. Actually take the action. Anything else for Taurus? Anything else for Taurus? Ooh. It's time, Taurus. We have Angel of Love in reverse, and then overall we have Cornucopia in reverse. Whatever this is, it's really, really held you down, okay? Like it almost feels like energetically, some of you could feel like it's almost been like vampiric in a way, if it's like a relationship. But if it's a situation, it's almost like it's put shackles around you. It's like suffocated the light out of you and even like maybe your own energy to an extent. I mean, look at that. Angel of Love in reverse and Cornucopia in reverse. Like you feel like it's been keeping the goodness of life away, the good feelings of life away. Like you haven't been able to experience that. Underneath Cornucopia in reverse, we do have Angel of Strength. Oh, interesting. Man holding a coin. Boop. And Community. This feels like what you're moving towards. This feels like you need to get into that Angel of Strength energy, which is literally the Strength card. You can look at it as Leo energy too, but it's getting into that place of resilience, of stamina, of willpower, and being like, I'm gonna pick myself up. I'm going to get myself out of the situation, and I'm going to go towards where I can be celebrated or where I can have support, where things are going to feel good and things are going to feel stable with man holding a coin and community. Community is kind of like the Three of Cups to me. And especially when it's upright, it's really nice, right? Because it's literally going into environments or social situations that feel uplifting. You're looking for upliftment, joy, stability, but you need the angel of strength to do that. So like I said, it seems like you've dealt with the stress, like the whole, like, how do I want to say, like how it's affected you mentally, right? And emotionally, but you need to take the physical action. You need to actually like step into your power here and be like, I'm moving on to other things. Because this is stifling. This is stifling. This is suffocating. It's like you can't move. That's how it feels. It feels like being shackled, like you literally can't move, but you're meant to. You're meant to move. You're meant to move about. Okay? Now, normally with these reads, I only do 3, but I think we've got time for a 4th one. What do you say? Seems a little excessive, but oh, well, No, we do. We got time for one more. I think. I don't know what time checkout is. Something I'm like never in tune with. I want to do one more for you guys. Oh, that's right, the animals. They just reminded me. I forgot. All right, so we're gonna pull some more cards here. Do it for Taurus. These are serious times. It's needed. We need 4 because serious times. All right, we'll pull out the animal cards. And then I got to go. Then I got to get on the road. And I don't even know where Clyde is. He's been hiding. I fed him this morning, but then he saw me moving around and he's like, something's up. Something's up. I'm going to go hide now. Anyway. Any messages or insights for Taurus? Let's see. Any messages or insights for Taurus? So they're giving me 2 cards. Obviously, we don't have any cards out yet. The zebra and the vulture. The zebra and the vulture. Vulture, as you guys know, you've been with me for a long time, is death magic. It's very scorpionic. I love it. Sorry, a little like weird side note. I love animals. They're so cool to me. I love learning about them. They're just amazing. They all have like their own little gifts, right? Oh, thank you for the $5. You're on point, May 17th here. Oh, happy belated birthday. Finishing up a 5-year divorce. Oh my God. Well, good luck to you. Let's hope that is over. That is way too long to be going through a divorce. But vultures, what I love about vultures, like they're literally like the garbage disposals, right, of the ecosystems. Like that's why they also represent death and transformation. Like they'll eat the dead things and just clean it up, right? I love that. Smelling that weird smell again. Anyway, but zebra is very different. Zebra is like I'm embracing my freak flag and I'm here to be seen, and you know, it's like being the zebra is being a zebra in a room full of donkeys. Like that's what zebra is, right? It's also very artistic and creative. It's kind of Gemini meets Aries is how I describe zebra. So I got 2 different energies going on here. I feel like this is representing going through that vulture energy, going through that death energy to come out a zebra, right? To come out as you, clean away the things that are dead and illusionary that don't really belong to you. Feels like a cleaning for sure. Some of you is actually, how do I want to say, like assisted. Like some of you are actually getting help from somebody to move into this zebra energy, whether you sought it out or it just happened. That could be somebody who's a healer, somebody who, I'm actually hearing physical therapist. Didn't expect that. A physical therapist, maybe you had an injury and they're helping you get back to your groove. That was interesting. Yeah, so whether this is assisted or you're just going through this transformation on your own, it's a cool process. Okay, so interesting they said physical therapist, because now I'm getting a health energy. Like I'm getting this awareness of the vessel, wanting to work out more, wanting to take care of like your skin, your hair, teeth. Teeth just came up. Maybe some of y'all need to go to the dentist. Maybe you're wanting to buy new clothes. Like there's all of a sudden there's this attention to the vessel, wanting to take care of it. Yeah, it's a health energy. There's a health energy there. Detox. Detox. Some of you guys might get into fasting or juicing. I just got fasting really, really intensely too. Some of you guys might do an extreme fast. I just want to say, like, you know, do your research before you do that. I am not a doctor. I'm not a healthcare professional by any means. But before you do anything extreme with your eating or your dieting, you want to really consider it, and like you really want to make sure that you understand what you're getting into, because like sometimes people try these crazy detoxes or cleanses not really knowing if it's something they need, but just because they're like, ooh, that person tried it and it worked for them, I'm just gonna do it. And sometimes they actually can make themselves really sick. Like especially liver detoxes. That sounds so weird. Liver cleanses, I'll say it that way. Yeah, if you're gonna do a liver cleanse, please be very careful. The liver is very essential to living. And if you do a cleanse and you don't know what you're doing, or you just go into like, you know, cold turkey on something, it can really mess you up. So just be careful with that. Maybe there's a reason I'm giving you a disclaimer, right? Nothing wrong with cleanses or detoxes. I think they have like they have a really good place in life, and I do them myself, right? But just know what you're getting into. Do your research. Be responsible. Be responsible. Be safe. Okay. Any messages or insights for Taurus? Yeah, I'm hearing homeostasis. Homeostasis. Yeah, don't throw your homeostasis so off that you can't get back to homeostasis. Okay? Or find a new homeostasis. Ooh, we got fear. We have rabbit coming out here. Now, rabbit traditionally can be seen as like fertility and luck and like almost like Empress energy. In this deck, it speaks to fear. It speaks to like hypervigilance, like a little bit of anxiety and anxious energy. Okay. Why? What are you anxious about? Yeah, it feels more like anxiety. Oh. Ooh, ooh. Hold on. It ran away from me. Spider. Co-creative energy. That's what the spider card speaks of in this deck. Weaving the web with other people, or maybe it's your own plans. But there's anxiety around doing this. There's anxiety around creating. There's anxiety around maybe even collaborating with other people. It feels like you need to let people in. I just got to call a spade a spade. It feels like you need to let people in. This could even be a work situation, or maybe you have to work closely with people in a way that you haven't before, or maybe you're being put on a team or a new team and you're like, oh shit, I gotta get used to new people. It feels also a little bit like empath overload, which there is a different card for that in this deck for me. But I'm feeling just like anxiety, like almost overstimulated, like this is overwhelming, this is too much. But it feels like you need to, though. It feels like you need to, and I feel other people are a huge component of that. Maybe it's just you're meeting new people, but getting in the mix with others, and it's putting you on edge. It's putting you on edge. Oh geez, more anxiety. The mouse card, this is my pure anxiety card. This sometimes it speaks of neurosis as well, like being way too focused on details and overthinking. But yeah, it's like whatever the situation is that you're being required or asked to deal with people or to collaborate with certain people or let people in, it's literally like it's putting you into overwhelm mode. Like I'm overwhelmed, I'm anxious, I'm scared, I'm nervous, I don't like this. It's like la. It feels like being bombarded with energy is what it feels like, and it's just making you very, very anxious. Yeah, see, but hawk. This one flew out. You should see the way this card flew out. You're being led to do it though. And, you know, situations like this can help you face that source of anxiety, why it's happening, why it's really there, get you to understand yourself a little bit better. But yeah, it's like Spirit's even saying like you have to expose yourself to this. Like this is the path. This is the next step. But it's really triggering you. Anything else for Taurus? snake because you're going to learn a lot. You're going to learn a lot and you're going to grow. That's why it's important for you to do this, because Spirit's saying, like, look, I know this is uncomfortable. I know this is very triggering. I know you don't like this. I know it's not your comfort zone, but you need to be uncomfortable right now because it's going to show you something about you that you haven't accessed within yourself yet. That's what this card in particular speaks on. This snake card speaks on tapping into untapped energy and potential and parts of you. You're going to grow and you're going to learn something about yourself that's very powerful and empowering. And it's clearly something that Spirit's like, you need this experience. You need this tool on your path. You need this. Maybe it'll help me become the zebra, right? Anything else for Taurus? Am I taking all of those? Yes. Oh my God, that's a lot of cards. Oh, that's a lot of cards. All right. Yeah, it's like 6 cards. All right, where are we starting here? Okay. Yes. All right. So the first 2, we have Earthworm and Sea Serpent. Earthworm is literally starting at 0 point. Starting in something new, starting in something that's also really uncomfortable. The Earthworm is also a very uncomfortable, I don't like this kind of energy. And then we have Sea Serpent, which is the sacral energy. It's the sacral chakra. Interesting that you do have these like snake-like cyclical energies going on here, right? But this card speaks of expression, creative expression. This is uncomfortable for you and it's triggering for you because something about this is putting you on the spot. People might be looking to you to say something, to do something. Maybe you're needing to manage people, or maybe you're the idea person, or maybe you're the person that, like, you know, everybody has their say, but you're the one who has to actually like put it into something physical. Like, you understand what I'm saying? Like, this feels very much like work. This feels like work related, family related, potentially, where it's like people are coming together for a specific reason and everybody has their role. So it has this energy of work or pentacles or project to it. Like, this is not like romantic or anything like that. Like, this is very much like we're coming together to make some shit happen. Step up. Basically, step up, face your anxieties and get rolling with it. But yeah, and you're very uncomfortable here because it's something that you're being exposed to or being asked to do in a way that you haven't before. All right. But then we get the elephant. This card comes out when we're breaking through walls, we're breaking through barriers. And that's exactly what's happening, right? You're getting triggered and anxious because there's something there that's been blocking you from being able to do this. And here you are, given the opportunity to clear that out. And then we have Cobra, Dolphin, and Wolf. Cobra, I'm getting strong teacher. You got so many snakes here, by the way. So a snake may be an animal that you're seeing a lot or that you resonate with, or be in your dreams maybe. So just keep an eye out for snake synchronicities. Also, snake speaks to creation and transformation, fertility, sexuality, sensuality. Again, it's very, very sacral related. You could also be experiencing some Kundalini energy as well, but I'm getting strong teacher here. Strong teacher. Some of you guys, there could be somebody here who's helping you through this as a mentor, but if anything, I feel like it's actually a guide as opposed to somebody who's like in the physical form. Hold on. Recall. Some of you, this is actually somebody that you dealt with in your past. That's like, you know, like when you're in a situation, you're like, you hear someone else's words from the past. Like, how do I explain this? Like a lot of times, right, from when we're kids, we're raised by our parents, right? And then you go out in the world and you're like, you have your mother's words in your head of like, don't do this and make sure you do this. Like, it has that kind of feeling to it. Like, if you've had a mentor in the past or somebody who's been a teacher for you in the past, their words are with you, like helping you through this, even if they're not physically in your reality anymore. You understand what I'm saying? And so through that, this could also be somebody who is like literally passed on, right? But either way, it's a guiding energy, whether they're here physically, they were here physically, or it's just like a spirit guide. But it is a guiding energy, it's a teacher energy, it's a mentor energy helping you through this, which is really nice. And then we have dolphin and wolf. I really like this a lot because dolphin is healing energy. It's the healer, it's also play and sensuality, and it feels like you're going to lean into this dolphin energy. You're going to start leaning into being comfortable expressing yourself this way or being seen in this way. And then we have the wolf, which is leader. Wolf is leader, wolf is alpha, wolf is it also can be a student teacher energy, like almost like the student becoming the teacher after the teacher teaches the student, right? It's also a tribal energy too, of being part of a pack, being part of a group, and being comfortable in your role in the group. So it's like you're gonna move into this level of comfort and move into this level of understanding your role within this whole dynamic of things. But yeah, it's gonna be really uncomfortable at first. It's going to be really triggering at first. You may even have people, how do I want to say, like pushing the boundaries. Like there might be a little bit of power struggle here because when anybody's in an insecure place, a vulnerable place, and it's obvious, sometimes it's just our animal nature to capitalize on that, whether we realize it or not. It's just how energy plays off of each other, right? And it doesn't mean that people are out to get you. Maybe somebody is, but you need to be put in this position to break through these anxieties, to get comfortable in this role. I mean, spirit can't be any clearer. It's part of your path for a reason, right? Overall, we have hyena. Ooh, with oyster, there this is hiding. You're wanting to hide. You don't like this. You really don't like this. Hyena can be like seven of swords, like deceitful, like a mask, and I don't feel that here. I feel if anything, like you're wanting to be in the shadows. You're wanting to be in the background. Oyster, you're wanting to be protected. You're not wanting to be seen. Like that's honestly all I'm feeling here. But you're kind of running from yourself in the same way. Because that's what Spirit is saying. Like, no, there's something here to discover about yourself, about what you can do, who you are, how to be comfortable in this kind of space, how to be in this role. And the more you run from it, the more you're really running from your own light. There's a reason this is happening. You got to trust that it really is for your highest good. And when this anxiety comes up, just put your, adult bridges on and face it, right? Understand it, work through it, let it go, and let this energy help guide you. Again, physical or non-physical, this is a mentor, and it's your mentor. It's your spiritual guide to help you through this, all right? Yeah, we kind of needed that last reading, didn't we? Glad I did that. I tend to hibernate. Happy Friday. Let's see. I don't like it because the jealousy is just too much. Let's run to it, guys. Sam. If I could play music on YouTube, I'd totally pull that song up right now. But I don't want to get in trouble. Grateful for the last reading for sure. Yeah, that one felt really, of all of them, I'd say that one was probably the most needed. But I gotta go, guys. I gotta start putting stuff in the car and finding Clyde. And it's funny too, because like in this room, the bed, it doesn't have like, like in some hotels, like the bed like doesn't have an under thing. It doesn't have an under thing. Like you can't put anything under the bed in like a lot of hotels. In this one, you can. And when I saw that, I was like, oh shit. I was like, if he gets under that bed, there's no way I'm getting him. And so the first night, I still had his harness on and everything, and like even had the leash on in case he did go under the bed. I could just grab the leash and just like pull him towards me. But he started getting comfortable, and I was like, all right, it'll be fine. But I think he's under the bed now, and now I got to figure out how to fish him out because food didn't work. But anyway, cat mom life. Anyway, that was 100% my reading. Sending thankfulness and light. Oh, you got this. We all do. Give Clyde a kiss. Oh, I will. And thank you guys for hanging out. Better food. Just put like a shit ton of food in front of him. Come on, Clyde. Come on. Love and grace to all. A can of tuna. Oh, I gotta go run out to the store for that. I'll figure it out. I'll totally figure. I think he just knows. You know how animals are. He just knows. He just knows we're getting in the car for 8 hours. He just knows. Drive safe. Thank you. Thank you. I love you guys. I love you. Have a really good Friday. Have a great new moon and a oh, excuse me, and a great weekend. For my patrons, I'm going to be recording the weekly tomorrow. And of course with YouTube it'll post Monday. But just letting you guys know I haven't done that yet because I've just been resting. But I'm going to hop off. Thank you guys for the well wishes and everything, and I will see you guys very soon, okay? Take care.